Hello and welcome. Sarah Michelle here with Happiness and Heals. I coach women on sex, love, and intimacy. And one of the major things we talk about during that is understanding divine feminine energy. So the healthiest, most healed expression of feminine energy. And what I want to talk about today is, so when you're in your feminine, the gift of the feminine is to give love, to share love with the world, right? That love is coming in channeled through the universe, through God, and coming out unconditionally through your heart for everyone. Well, part of stepping into your healthy feminine is understanding that you can keep that heart space open and freely flowing with love, even in challenging situations. So even when you're in a fight with your spouse, even when you're at work and you're having a really hard day, even when your child is screaming and yelling at you about how a terrible mother you are and how they wish they had a different mom. Like, it doesn't matter. You could be in a car accident and you can do this, right? What you want to practice is holding that heart space open even when it happens. And so in the moment, you're going to want to close down, right? Because that's what we've learned is when I'm not safe, when it gets scary, when it might hurt, I'm going to close off my heart space. And we see people walk around like this, right? We see them with their hunched shoulders. We see their backs hunched over. We sit at our computer desk like that, right? Like, you want to bring those shoulders back and hang them down. You want to be open. You want to feel that sternum space right in the middle of your chest. Opening up in love. And when it's opening up in love, this is where you're focusing first as you open it. You're going to notice that your whole body softens. Your muscles relax. You have a way more flowy approach to life. And you can continue to do this even in those tough moments, like I said. So you're probably going to start with smaller moments, right? Because right now you don't feel safe. You've learned to close yourself off and shut down when you get into these situations where you don't feel safe. But what you're going to learn and practice is I can hold this open because I trust myself. I love myself. I am connected to my creator, so it doesn't matter what these other people are doing or saying, right? Like, your husband can be standing there hurling insults at you, which hopefully he's not, but just for the sake of demonstration, he could be standing there hurling these insults at you, and you're standing there with your heart open. Now, that doesn't mean that you're just taking the beating at all. It just means that in that moment, you're staying calm and grounded in your body, and you're recognizing, wait a second, all of his insults and everything, they seem like they have to do with me, but they don't. They're not really mine. That's his frustration, that's his anger, that's his past life issues, like whatever. It's his stuff, it's his energy. So what you practice doing is allowing your heart to stay open, giving that unconditional love, but you also set up an energetic barrier. So anything can flow out, right? All of your love can flow out. You get to stay in your feminine because that's who you are. But you put up the energetic barrier, and I'll tell you in just a moment how to do that, that says everything coming at me stops at that barrier. I'm not absorbing it. I'm not taking it on. It's not mine. I'm not okay with it, right? So I'm not saying, for this example, like if your husband's standing there yelling at you, I'm not saying take the abuse. That is not at all what I'm saying. But it is possible for you to stay open in unconditional love, set up that energetic barrier, and not have it deter your whole day or your whole evening, or jump into the fight and create a bigger issue with him, right? You're able to stand on the outside of it and love and trust and keep yourself safe. So how you can set up that energetic barrier is just about any way that feels good for you. And I'm going to share just a couple here, but definitely if you're intuitively getting like, oh, I would love to do it this way, do it your way. Do it the way that works for you, because energy is energy. So all you have to do is play with the energy. One of the ways you can do it is if you're connected to your angels or ascended masters or guides, you're just going to call on them and ask them to put up a protective barrier. Okay, so you might imagine like being inside a bubble. You might imagine a glass wall between you and the person you're arguing with. You might not even have to imagine it. Maybe you're not a super visual person and you're going to just feel it, like feel it stopping. Maybe you're more of a kinesthetic person. Another way you can do it is you don't have to connect with the angels or anything if you don't want to, or you aren't used to it, don't feel good with it. You can just imagine yourself being put in a bubble. Just know that as you're creating this bubble or this wall of glass or whatever it is, that your loving energy can still flow outward. It's only stopping unbeneficial, not beneficial. What word am I looking for here? Energy, it's only stopping energy that's not for your highest good. That's what it's preventing coming back to you. Okay? And so that's a really good practice for you to step into that higher level of feminine energy. If you're not there yet, if you haven't practiced just being open in your feminine energy for a while, start there. Just practice opening your heart space by just closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths, and just feeling that heart space open. Breathe in and out through your heart for a few moments. It doesn't take much, and the more you practice that softening and opening, you can do it like this, because your body starts to recognize, oh, this is what it feels like when I'm in my feminine. So as soon as you start to think I need to get in my feminine, your body goes, okay, we know what that is, and then jumps to it, right? So I hope you found this helpful. Please leave comments below if you have any questions.